Hey, Chris Menard here. There are multiple reasons why using a table in Excel is so much better than a range. I have a list of them on the screen right now. I'm going to be covering all of these in a live stream coming up soon. But in the meantime, the file that I'm using, I'm going to show you right now one of my absolute favorite reasons, and it has to do with using lookups. In this example, I'm going to use an XLOOKUP. I'll show you method 1 using the range, and then method 2, my preferred method, using a table. Let's dive into this right now. So in this file, there are just simply 2 worksheets. The first sheet has vehicle purchases, and look over in column A, there's a bunch of different car models and then other fictitious data. Over on the second worksheet, I got the manufacturer of that model. So right now, I've got both worksheets and their ranges. Let's go and figure out who the manufacturer is. I'm going to insert a column. Just to save time, I'm going to call it MAN. I'm going to use an XLOOKUP function. I'm going to look up cell A2, and then where are you looking over this at? Cell D2 down to cell D96. I've got to make this absolute reference, which is the F4 function key, then a comma, and if you see that, what are you going to return? Notice how to scroll all the way to the top. Highlight it again. I got to press F4 again. Perfect. Press enter now. I get Acura. So now Acura is correct, but I got to autofill this down with a double click. No big deal using the range, but the table you're going to see is much easier. The issue you're going to run into, because it's a range and not a table, I am making this data up. Forerunner is Toyota. Forerunner was not listed over here, so when I have to come in autofill down again and I get pound NA, come back over here, put in Forerunner, put in Toyota. It is not going to automatically update. When I come back over here, it still says pound NA because I've got to change the cell reference to 97 instead of 96. So let me start again from scratch. Okay, I've already put in manufacturer. Let me go ahead and do a Control T. This will convert the range to a table. It picks up the entire range. Not required, but I like to name my tables. This will be vehicles. I'm going to actually come over and create a table on the other worksheet. Control T. Yep, that works. Back to vehicle purchases. Here we go. We have a table instead of a range. If you recalled, I did XLOOKUP. I'm still doing XLOOKUP. Instead of saying A2, it says at model, comma. The manufacturer, instead of having to highlight D2 down, I can just put my mouse up here and click, comma, click. That is actually just a lot easier. I didn't have to do the F4 function key for absolute reference. Press enter. And because it's a table, we have calculated column and it filled down automatically. I didn't have to autofill that down. Now, if you recall, we had Forerunner. I'm going to leave that blank. You're saying it says pound NA. I agree. Sorry, I typed them in the wrong place. There you go. Hold on. There we go. Toyota and then Forerunner. Back to vehicle purchases. Now it is correct. So that was just my mistake putting them in the wrong place, but it did. The table expanded automatically, and this is another reason to use tables right here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I actually have to do this at work all the time. I do XLOOKUP all the time. I'm always using tables all the time. So much easier than ranges. Hope to see you soon for my live stream, and also I'll cover the other tables features during the live stream. Have a wonderful day.